Joining us now are two gentlemen, Mr. Ray Smith and Shane Bouvet. Ray, of course, is the CEO of Trycera Financial Incorporated, TRYF, their stock symbol. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Don. It's great to be here.
Well, Ray, what's the latest with Trycera?
Well, you know, during the pandemic, we were kind of shut down and we just basically focused on cleaning up the audits. We went back through 2014 and in April, they finished through 2019, but it was too stale. So we're working on 2020's audit and the first 2 quarters of 2021, since next week is the end of the second quarter. So we feel like in July or August, we'll have that done and be able to file the Form 10 and still be trading during the third quarter, September, October. But we've just really spent the last year restructuring our business model, and we just got some exciting news that we wanted to announce today with Shane here.
Well, I'm glad to have you with us, Shane. Again, welcome to the program. What do you guys got going?
Well, I'll just introduce Shane just a little bit. He actually worked on candidate Trump's campaign for social media. And Shane, you could take it from there.
So I'm from small town USA, a little farm town of less than 1,000 people. And let me tell you what, Don, we got a big problem when it comes to the forgotten men and women of this country, and most importantly, our veterans. So that's when I partnered with Trycera Financial, because we want to give a helping hand to the forgotten men, and especially our veterans who almost are losing everything. And let me tell you what, Don, you see this cash here? It runs out really fast. And that's why I partnered up with Trycera, because we have to save our veterans and we have to, give a helping hand. That's what it's all about.
Well, you're absolutely right. You couldn't have picked a better partner, because Ray and Trycera have been a big proponent of veterans.
Well, you know, Don, cash only takes you so far. And what we say is cash is 5% of your wealth and 95 is accessed through good credit. The thing is, Shane, he's young. He didn't have an understanding of credit. We've been friends for over the years, and he still didn't understand what Trycera did until he went to apply for that mortgage. And he got turned down, and they said, you need credit. And so actually, Shane just got back from meeting with the 45th President of the United States a couple of weeks ago. And what did he ask you, Shane?
He said, follow your passion. And my passion, like I said, I can't stress this out enough, is we're veterans and the forgotten men, women of this country. And I know what it's like to get turned down for a mortgage. I know what it's like not to be able to drive off that parking lot with a brand new vehicle. So that's why I partnered with the best, Trycera Financial.
Well, go ahead, Ray.
No, I was just going to say that he's just so good at mastering social media and targeting specific audiences. And, you know, our passion is the military, especially with Brian Talley. And we got a marketing campaign that we'll be launching here in the next several weeks. And Brian's going to come on and help us. But by having that targeting market and being able to reach those people specifically, you know, will help stop the suicides, will help relieve that financial stress and worry, the PTSD, the divorce rate. And just, we want to fast track it. We want to turn decades into days and reach out there and grab those people.
Well, you know, veterans and their families sacrifice so much for us, and we really need to recognize the sacrifices that they make and help them as much as we can.
Absolutely.
And that's what his messaging in Trycera Financial, that's what they do a great job of doing, is reaching a helping hand. And let's help and let's save America, because if we don't, we have to. This is a great message. What Ray has done with Trycera is we need to help people, helping hand, and make sure that these people feel like they're not forgotten.
I saw a video of an event you're planning. You were at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Tell us about this event.
Yeah, so it's called Fundable for Life. And what we want to do is spend 5 days, 1 hour a day with an audience. It's like a seminar, but it's going to be a webinar. And that way the people, the registrants, get to feel our heart, get to spend time with us. And each day we're going to break down a component. Like day 1, we're going to talk about the company, who we are, who we're partnered with. Day 2, we're going to talk about credit. What is a credit report? What makes up the FICO score? Day 3 is money. What's the between the budget and the spending plan? Wealth is day 4. What's your relationship with money? Because if men and women both have a different relationship with money, who taught you? And then day 5 is business credit. And by the end of the day 5, we want to have built that relationship. You know, Don, I used to go in studio with you all the time, and now we're doing these Zoom calls, and the whole world is doing Zoom calls. But if you spend time over a period of time with people, they get to know you, and you can't fake it. Like, it all comes out, and that's what we're doing with this Fundable for Life challenge.
Well, of course, you're helping people with their credit, helping people with their money. You have a thing called Successful Habits of the Wealthy. Is that what you're trying to teach these veterans?
Absolutely. Successful habits of the rich, because it's the habits that the rich have that keep them rich. And the poor have bad habits. And that's what keeps them poor. And so that's what we're going to instill in people. And the thing is, when the military people enter the military, they spend time in boot camp learning it. But when they're done, they get left on the street and then they're to fend on their own. And we want to be in that transition period to give them the tools and the foundation so that when they enter the civilian life, they have some structure, they have good credit, they have a path forward for the next couple of years, 5 years, and 10 years ahead.
Shane, when you met with President Trump, or we'll call him 45, what was the one thing you took from that?
Well, you want to surround yourself with the best. You are who you surround yourself with. And coming from a small town, it just felt like I always just got punched in the gut trying to buy that house, trying to buy that car. I always felt like there was just that one thing that just kept punching me back, and that was credit. So I partnered with the best because I knew that you have to surround yourself with the greatest. And Trycera is the greatest for this. They do it. I tell you what, they do it more, and they do it because they care. And that's what it's about. I love Donald Trump's heart, and I love Ray's passion because he's willing to go out there and say, hey, veterans, I'm here for you. Hey, the forgotten men and women, I want to give you that helping hand. So I knew that I had to partner with the greatest in the business and one of the greatest CEOs of Trycera Financial, and that's Ray Smith.
Ray, what message do you have for our veterans out there?
That there is help, that you're not alone. I know that PTSD plays an important part of it. Their stress level and that collection phone call, it's just something that pushes them over the edge because they're not familiar with it, and it's not physical, it's emotional. And we want to be there for them, and we'll stop that immediately if they reach out to us through our website, trycera.com, or our phone number. Just call us. We're there to help. Shane's put me on the phone with a couple veterans that had committed or attempted to commit suicide several times. And I'm here to listen to them, myself, all of our staff, because it's so important. One life, if we can save it, is phenomenal. But there's thousands and thousands of people out there with so much PTSD. And with the pandemic and the uncertainty out there and the negative in the news, there's just so much. So just reach out to us and we'll help.
Right. And Don, this goes beyond Trycera. What I've seen this man do, talk to our veterans saying, hey, we want to give you a helping hand. He spent hours on the phone talking to a veteran that almost lost his life. That's the type of heart Trycera is. And Ray Smith, that's the passion that we need to have for America. And the company that he's created is his passion to give back to our veterans and to give back for the men and women of this country.
The company's Trycera Financial Incorporated, TRYF. Gentlemen, what you're doing is just wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Don. Thanks for having us. We just love your program too and all your viewers. Thank you.
Thank you, Don.